Hi everyone, today I have Shiloh. Shiloh is joining in Theme Thursday with me this week. She's got her little bag ready because we're going to go and visit Grandma's for lunch. So what have you got in your little bag, Shiloh? Shiloh's wearing her gorgeous little dress that I got from the car boot sale for 50p. Doesn't she look gorgeous in it? Look at these lovely details around the bottom, the red and the green, so beautiful. She really does look lovely in that, doesn't she? She's wearing a white headband as well with a white flower on it. And she's got on her little bunny shoes, which are her favourite because they've got the little, well, we're not sure whether it's a bunny or a mouse, but it's got a bunny's tail and a mouse's face. Hasn't it, Shiloh? Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? Funny, funny. So shall we see what's in your little bag? She loves this bag. It's one of those that you can go that way or that way with. She likes that, don't you? Yeah. So Toddler Tuesday is hosted by Renee at Renee's Reborns and Sam at Reborn Love Babies. And this week the theme is going on a visit. So your toddler can wear anything you want. And she has my little toddler has a little bag of things that she's taking to her grandma's with her. So what are you taking today then? Oh, you've got the little blue nose toy, have you? She's got the little blue nose goat. I got him from the car boot sale. He's so cute, and he was £1. There you are, Shiloh. And who else have you got in here? Oh, you've got your dummy. So I got her dummy from Vinted. I got 2 for £4. And then I got her dummy chain from eBay for £3. I think it's from Spain. You're taking your nunny with you in the bag, are you? She doesn't like to have it in public, but if she's going for a snooze, she likes to have her nunny with her. And what else have you got in here? Oh, you've got Naughty George. It's a Blackberry Farm book. It's a vintage book, an older book, that my children had when they were young. I don't know if I can find it. It says text copyright 1953. And the latest date it says first published 1953. So, of course, my children weren't born in 1953 because I wasn't. So it's a vintage book that my children had. So would you like me to read Naughty George to you? Shiloh, would you like me to read it before we go? Because she does like to have it several times, don't you, Shiloh? Yes, Mummy. Yes, Mummy, I do. So let's see. George the kitten lived at Blackberry Farm with Mr. and Mrs. Smiles, their children Joy and Bob, and lots of friendly farm animals. He was a very bouncy black and white kitten, but he was not always a very good kitten, and then he was called Naughty George. Sometimes at bedtime, Mrs. Smiles could not find George to put him to bed in his little basket beside the kitchen fire. But when she went upstairs, he was curled up asleep on Bob's bed. Naughty George, she scolded, and gave him to Mr. Smiles to take back to the kitchen. One morning, Joy found him on the kitchen table, dipping his paw into the cream jug. Naughty, naughty George, she cried, and shooed him out into the yard. Naughty George. You like Naughty George, don't you? It was a lovely sunny morning, and George stretched himself happily and thought how good the cream had tasted. Across the yard he saw the hutch where Bob's tame rabbit lived. Poor Blue Bun, thought George. She must be lonely. I'll go and talk to her. Good morning, Blue Bun, he said politely. Would you like to come for a run in the fields with me? It is a lovely morning, and it will be very dull in your hutch. Thank you very much, George, she said, but I cannot open my door. So George jumped onto the top of the hutch and, leaning over, pushed the latch with his paw. The door swung open. Oh, no. Blue Bun hopped excitedly out and was soon following George towards the gate into the field. But whom should they see coming through the gate but Bob with Rusty the sheepdog? George was alarmed and scampered very quickly up on the wall and watched Bob pick up Blue Bun. "You mustn't run away, Blue Bun," said Bob gently as he stroked her ears. "However did you get out?" And he carried her back to her hutch and carefully shut the door. George jumped down from the wall and rubbed himself against Rusty's legs. "I let her out, Rusty," he purred. "I thought it was so dull for her in her old hutch." "You are naughty," scolded Rusty. Blue Bun might have got lost, and then, to show that he wasn't really cross, he played a bouncing game with George all round the yard until they were both tired out. After that, George lay down in the sunshine on the step outside the kitchen door and slept until dinner time. Joy brought him out his dinner, a lovely plate of fish, and he began to eat it hungrily. Then Mother Hen and her chick Mary hopped up and tried to take some bits off his plate. George spat fiercely, but they took no notice. He spat again, but they pecked on happily. Suddenly George shot out a paw and chuffed Mrs. Hen hard. Go away, he mewed. "It's my dinner, not yours. Go away." And he chased her right across the yard. Mr. Smiled heard Mother Hen's squawks as she fled across the yard and saw George chasing her. "Georgie, Georgie," he shouted, "stop that at once." And he caught George and put him on his shoulder. "Naughty George," he said, and then he saw little Mary still pecking at the remains of George's dinner. "Poor Georgie," he said, and walked back into the house with George still on his shoulder. "Here is a very naughty puss," said Mr. Smiles, and he dumped George in Joy's lap. "He sleeps on our beds, he steals the cream, he lets out the rabbit, and he chases the hens. But I think you should give him a saucer of milk and tell him he is a very sweet puss as well." So Joy gave George some milk and whispered in his furry ear, "You naughty, darling Georgie, how we love you." And George purred happily and snuggled down in his basket in the kitchen at Blackberry Farm. How lovely is that story? No wonder you like it so much, Shiloh. So Shiloh's got her book, her toy and her nunny, and she's ready to go and visit Granny for lunch. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.